To you all. How are you today? We've got Thursday. We 1 day short of the weekend. No, what am I saying? Come on, Torsten, it's Friday. It's Friday, right? We're right here on the weekend. It's a big day for rideshare drivers. Now, LAX, chaos is coming on October the 29th, right? And anybody, outside of LA, maybe the story isn't interesting to you, but what's happening across the country is that all the airports are restructuring. They realize that a bulk of the traffic is made up by rideshare drivers. Taxi drivers have always been there. How do they now make the arrangements for all these international airports, considering that thousands and thousands, Tommy, in my house, there he is. Thousands and thousands of drivers are entering these international airports, and I'm telling you, more than that at LAX. It's a massive airport. It's an absolute nightmare, the poorest of poorest designs. But I think the long-term plan, and I'm going to show you what they have in mind for 2023, or what they want to achieve by 2023, it actually looks pretty promising, right? So this is step one of multiple steps. Construction will be ongoing. Frequent flyers that fly in and out of that airport will probably hate this change the most. Now, got a picture here of this new parking lot, right? You'll have Century Boulevard coming in here. This is if you're coming off Sepulveda and you exit and you come up the outside of the airport, and then you meet up here at the traffic light with Century, right? Roundabout here. And adjacent to that street, right across the road, is this massive, massive parking lot. But if you go and stand up on the side and take a picture that way, it's a very interesting scenario that plays out here, right? So we have zone 1 and 2 over here, right? And here's where I think there's going to be a logistical nightmare. Understand that the way that the bays, you can see the way that the bays are structured is the cars are going to be coming down that way and then pulling in there, right? Cars coming down these aisles, pulling in there. That is considered zone 1 and 2. This is considered 2 and 3, right? This is considered 3 and 4, right? The shuttles will probably go right on the outside. I see a couple of shuttles right at the back here. They'll drop off there on the outside perimeters. People will stream in and be told exactly to which zone and which bay they're going. So you can imagine a lot of passengers on these little narrow walkways here with tons, kids, families, suitcases. Firstly, the center aisles is going to be complete chaos, right? I see complete chaos happening here. These should have been made wider. Don't you agree? Much wider. People will be running frantically up and down looking for their rideshare car, right? Up and down these aisles. Now, the biggest problem that I foresee, and I see this structure at many of the concert venues around the country, is that if you're funneling traffic in one way, and clearly by the direction of the bay, the cars are going to be pulling in like this, and then they're going to be reversing out, exiting out, right? There will be chaos in these lanes because you've got cars coming in, probably very narrow bays. Then the guy's going to try and get out without hitting cars behind him. He has to back up. This guy can't back up because there's a car behind him. This car can't back up because there's cars behind him. I see this as being a logistical nightmare in these through aisles, just the way it's designed. And the reason why I can comment on this, right? I did my business degree in Germany and my e-commerce degree in Germany. And I did it through one of the Europeans' largest building companies. So I was a project developer, project manager on several big building sites. And when you looked at architectural plans and you looked at logistics, right, it's pretty easy to identify problems by just looking at plans or flow of plans. And with that little bit of knowledge that I have, I foresee big problems down these center aisles, right? Now, bearing in mind, these guys here, Paul Figueroa in the house, good morning. these guys that are arriving now have to catch a shuttle bus. Can you imagine? You have tons of luggage with you, a lot of kids. You got to get on that shuttle bus. It's going to be chaos, right? There's going to be absolute chaos on these shuttle buses that'll go up to the airport, circle all the way back around. You drop the people off, go back to the airport, and just do round after round after round. Now, for TCPs, for limo companies, for me, for example, I do 80% private trips. This is a blessing, right? It takes all the congestion out of the airport and it pushes it to the outer perimeter of the airport, which is great. It also takes the taxis out, and I wonder where the taxis are going to be lining up. That they obviously have their own areas here somewhere on this massive parking lot, right? So, will you immediately get a repeat trip out of this, right? Let's say drop-offs should be fairly standard on the top. You drive up, you drop off. Pickups now, you're coming in, you're parking here, you're picking up. I mean, how is the repeat business going to happen? Because if you're dropping off and you can't immediately pick up, or will you immediately get your next booking and then you have to drive down to this, right? So I don't know how the logistics will play it out. One thing I do know for sure, come October 29, when this is implemented, you will literally have a week of chaos because people are learning the new way, and that creates chaos. They still don't know, how does this work? Where do I need to go? It's all experiential learning, right? And I'm sure that also just recently happened. I flew into the Vegas airport. I think it's called McFarren or McCarran, whatever the airport is called there. Same thing. They changed the terminals up, right? And as soon as drivers and passengers become adjusted, okay, this is the new way of doing it, then they follow a game plan. But initially in the beginning, it's absolute chaos for every first-time passenger and every first-time driver testing this new system, right? Now, the long-term plan, my friends, I think looks exciting, right? We know this beautiful retro structure here. Apparently they're building a hotel, right? We know that this is a giant U-shape terminal, terminal 1, 2, 3, Tom Bradley right at the end. And in the corner, you have American Airlines. And then you leave Terminal 4, you get to Terminal 5. Some of that's still American. Then you get Air Canada. You'll get all of those other smaller airlines. And then you get, if that's 5 and 6, and then you get at 7, you get United Airlines, and then you come out. Now, the long-term plan by 2023, as you can see, right, they have drawn in, they will have a shuttle elevated. That was always a given. Flowing around the entire horseshoe, around all the terminals. And my guess is that in the long term, by 2023, passengers will be just jumping onto the shuttle, which will ship them out externally to that lot where taxis and rideshare companies will pick up their drivers, which means only private citizens or limo companies or TCPs or whatever will come into the airport. There'll be way less congestion. I think the long-term plan actually looks great. I wish we could fast forward to 2023. Mark Roughton, Mr. Uber Las Vegas in the house. Let's give him a shout out. That is a wonderful man who I really, really appreciate as a friend, as a subscriber. Love everything he stands for. Love his image, love his branding. He's got Mr. Uber on his number plates. He's the real deal in Vegas. Love the guy. Rideshare Safety Guide, how are you? Uber Guy, SA, is that South Africa? Because here we are, baby. Did we play rugby last night? Wow. We were supposed to have a tough game against Italy. I think the final score was 49-3. Played like monsters, the South African rugby team. So very promising result by the SA rugby team. Uber Guy SA, I don't know if the SA is San Antonio or is that South Africa. Could be one of the two. Please clarify. Enrique Hernandez in the house. Tony Slaughter getting ready. Tony Slaughter is getting ready for war with Uber. Okay, you better go well equipped and Be ready for long term, because those guys have an arsenal of attorneys, my friends. Mike Agayanyan, what's up? Professor, God bless you. Mike, God bless you too, my friend. I appreciate you here, and I hope I said the last name correctly. The way I read it, it's Agayanyan. Is that right? Agayanyan? Nice to have you here, my friend. Paul Figueroa, what's cooking? Good looking. What's happening down there in San Diego? Romeo Bacala in the house. So I don't know, how many LA people do we have? This is going to get nuts, my friends. This is going to get nuts on October the 29th. So let me just read you. I like this article by Brian Summers with Skift. It says, this is a bad development for frequent flyers. Many Uber and Lyft riders value their time, and they don't want to have to hop on a shuttle bus to get a rideshare pickup area. Here's a better idea. Let people arrange for rideshare pickups at the terminals, but only if they pay extra money for the privilege. I don't know. I don't know if that is the best idea. What I'm worried about most about LAX is driver earnings. You know, will those surges be affected? Will repeat immediate business be affected? That's where I see, that's where I will see the biggest problem, that Uber and Lyft drivers will not necessarily want to do pickups at LAX anymore after these changes. And that's just my prediction, right? Drop-offs, easy, right? And picking someone up in Beverly Hills, throwing them off at LAX. Get out, pay me, tip me, next, right? But will I work my way down to that big new lot? And again, I'm going to show you the pictures. I don't think it's very cleverly constructed, that whole parking lot. And again, I'm going to show newcomers why to this video. Let's see, what do we have in here? Mohammed Farhan, doing great. Also doing great. Nice to have you here. Marcelo Franson, rematches will be over just like SFO. That is what I just said. The rematches where, you know, you could be rematched with someone, you know, SFO died out, and it's going to happen here as well. There's no way that this system at LAX is designed for rematches, right? I already said that in the previous video, and I completely agree with you. Quest 360 in the house. Good morning to you. Love you guys all. Let's keep going. Friday, baby. Is this a good idea? Is this a good idea, Uber? I am not so sure if the LAX idea is the best it could be, but they are trying. They are trying. Okay, buddy. If you believe they gave it their best shot, we shall see. October 29th, amigo. Dun, 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 dun. We shall see, right? Now, let's say with roadway traffic mounting, Los Angeles International Airport soon will bar rideshare and taxi drivers from picking up passengers outside its terminals, forcing travelers to ride shuttle buses. This is where the chaos is going to get in. Get on, the bus is leaving. No, I have 3 more packages. My kid, don't leave my kid behind. Chaos, my friends, chaos, right? To a nearby parking lot where they will be matched with a car. You know, is it nearby? Fairly nearby, but considering the way the airport is designed, now that you'll have more shuttle buses in the mix, I mean, what's going to happen there? Shuttle buses do know they're bigger, do know they're stronger, and they're going to, it's going to be chaos, right? I'm going to tell you, if you're an average driver or a limo driver going into LAX, beware of the shuttle buses. They will get more of them will be on those terminals, and it's going to be more aggressive. Why? Because they know that bigger cars are stronger, and they just go. You got to hammer those brakes many a times. I'm sure this happens at all international airports, but do yourself a favor. Try doing some ride sharing at LAX. It's Snoop Dogg, do or die, my friend. It's free for all, savagery, right? Okay, so let's carry on. Forcing travelers to ride shuttle buses to a nearby parking lot where they will be matched with a car. Let's jump over there right away. Matched with a car. Where will they be matched with a car? In either zone 1 or 2, 2 or 3, or 3 or 4. And where will they be matched? In these tiny little bays, right? Cars coming up here, cars trying to reverse out because they need to get out. This guy can't back up. Believe me when I say there's going to be chaos here in these two lanes, parking lane and a single driving lane. And there's also going to be chaos here because people are going to be running up and down these aisles frantically. What I also don't like about it says, hey, this is zone 1 and 2, right? So if somebody tells me to go to zone 2, I'll go down here. But at the same time, this is zone 2 and 3. So you might have a guy running up and down here. Where is it? I'm in zone 2. I can see it's zone 2. Which bay is it? Which bay is it? Meanwhile, there's also a zone 2 over here. That's zone 2 and 3. And then there's another commonly shared one, 3 over here, 3 and 4. So you'll have a passenger in zone 3 running up and down. Oh, where's my bay? Not knowing there's also a zone 3 here. The way I would have done it is zone 1 and 2, zone 3 and 4, zone 5 and 6. Wider lanes, wider parking bays so that you can stream. This has been, because space is limited in LA, space is expensive, and especially LAX space. This, I think, has been set up for mass rideshare, right? It's always going to be there, but not allowing the space for maneuvering. There's going to be a lot of honking here. There's going to be a lot of screaming here, right? Mark my words. I can just see it. Just by the logistics of this map, this is going to be a shit show. Rideshare 411 in the house. Good morning. Orange County, that's where he is. Subscribe to him. Rideshare 411. I'm waiting for your video, buddy. I'm waiting for your LAX video. I challenge you in the next 24 hours. I want to see an LAX video from you. You're in Orange County. You know LAX. The heat, the pressure is on you, buddy. And that's a nice challenge, okay? So, back to the story. Here it is. It's going to get nuts. It's going to get nuts, right? Now, Los Angeles International, which handles more origin and destination passengers than any other US airport, is planning to make the changes at 3 a.m. on October the 29th. 3 a.m. on October the 29th. Free-for-all battle starts. Figure the crap out. According to documents shared with Skift, thank you, Skift, drop-offs at terminals will still be permitted, documents show. It's an admission that the airport, which has seen its airline passenger traffic rise from 59 million in 2010 to 87.5 million last year, can no longer handle the Uber and Lyft cars gumming up its roads. Right? Very well said. Almost 26,000 rideshare cars in August used the airport's roadways. Almost 26,000 rideshare drivers in August alone used the airport's roadways each day. Airport statistics show rideshare cars account roughly for 27% of all commercial traffic at the airport, figures show. Almost 1/3 of all cars going into the airport are rideshare vehicles. They didn't mention taxi vehicles, they mentioned rideshare vehicles. Crazy, crazy stuff, right? Dallas in the house. Stephen, we welcome you. Swiss cheese. Love Swiss cheese. Love Swiss cheese. It's going to be taxi wars. Swiss cheese says it's going to be taxi wars. Enrique says, Professor, the upper deck will decongest after October 29, but rideshare does not pick up on the lower deck, and it's always congested at night. So how does this new plan help? Well, it will definitely help eliminate all the XL, Lyft regular, all the, I don't think that the SUV and the black cars are going to be affected by this because they handle the traffic downstairs, right? But it'll take the congestion off the top, right? Because you can just drop off. Pickups, as we know, have to take place now at this new lot. So the whole top area should flow way, way more seamlessly, right? And as far as downstairs, I still have to get some info on this. if you, let's say, an Uber or a Lyft SUV driver, right? Can you pick up there, or do you also have to use the lot? I know that the TCPs, etc., the private companies can still operate at the bottom pickup, right? So there's a lot of information flowing in. As I get it, I will update you. That's why I'm making the second video on Do They Say. In recent months, the traffic has gotten worse. The airport is in the midst of a massive $14 billion project to modernize ahead of the 2028 Summer Olympics. 2028, we get the Summer Olympics. Just like 2019, Japan has the World Cup Rugby. And if anybody is interested in the rugby results, maybe you have from Canada, maybe you're from Japan, I can give you the scoop, who's going through and what the standings are. If you guys want it later at the video, I will give you the World Cup rugby scoop. This was my game. I played it since a teenager, played it in high school, played on a varsity level, and also played on provincial level. Love rugby, right? So that's just a little side course there. Let's go straight back into the mix. Got stuck on the 2020 Summer Olympics. They're gearing up for that. And construction needs often require to close its lanes. That's what's happening. On the worst days, drivers report it can take 45 minutes to travel from the main entrance through the horseshoe-style central terminal area. Been there, done that. 45 minutes is absolutely correct, right? United Airlines this summer sent text messages to customers reminding them to arrive at least 2 hours early, warning they might otherwise miss their flights, right? So, knowing that this is going to all go down, I definitely have to look at my October 29, let's say to November 15th private clients, because I'm going to tell them, listen, there's a lot of stuff going down at LAX. Factor in another 30 minutes to 1 hour. Don't want you to miss that plane, right? Because that is, I think it's going to take a 2-week period before it starts, the flow starts ironing out and people realize, aha, I got to drive in there. I got to pick up there. I got to go there. I got to this zone. That's where zone 1 and 2 is. That's where zone 2 and 3 is. That's where zone 3 and 4 is, right? So it'll take a little bit of adjusting always, right? Changes are not always bad, right? But they need a little bit of time to adjust to, right? So several sources said the airport plans to launch a public relations campaign after this month to explain to passengers why the change is needed. An airport spokesman, however, declined Thursday to share more details on the Rideshare program. Why don't you share that? What are you hiding? What are you hiding, Mr. Airport official? We are continuously assessing our operations as we modernize our airport and confront significant construction impacts, the spokesman said. In the coming weeks and months, we will be sharing some of the new ways that we are working to improve the guest experience and improve traffic conditions and at and around LAX with a focus on an easy, efficient, and amenities-rich experience. Similar moves elsewhere. While the construction is unique, Los Angeles is not the only US airport reacting to increased rideshare traffic by trying to push drivers off roadways. San Francisco in June moved rideshare pickups to a central parking garage where customers can meet their drivers, and Boston Logan Airport has been seeking similar changes. If you're from those markets, please report how that all worked out. That'll help a lot of our LAX people get ready. In Boston and San Francisco, the moves make sense as passengers can walk to the parking lots within a few minutes. But in Los Angeles, most customers will need to board shuttle buses to reach the lot, which will be a reasonable walking distance only from Southwest Airlines Terminal 1, right? Yeah, if you're arriving at Southwest Terminal 1, understanding where the proximity of this new lot is, totally walkable, totally doable. But if you're over in Terminal 4 or Terminal 3 or Tom Bradley, guess what? Get ready to board the busy shuttle. It's going to be a freak show. Anyway, okay, so this bus may take some time. Today, a shuttle ride from the airport's international terminal to the new rideshare and taxi lot could take 15 minutes or more. There we go. Though that may decrease with fewer Lyft and Uber cars on the road. The question is, you're at Terminal 4, you're at Tom Bradley, and you're boarding the shuttle, right? At what point are you making the request for the Uber? Are you walking out the terminal and requesting it, hoping that that driver sits in the bay, is waiting there, right? My guess is that's how it's going to work. You send the request, it'll say, hey, you've been matched with driver Jack in zone 2, parking bay 15, will be waiting. So there you are, waiting for the guy, right? There you are, waiting for the guy. It will eliminate a lot of waiting time for rideshare drivers who have to sit on that lot, right, and fight their way in. You know, maybe you're coming in, you're positioning yourself, and then you get assigned a passenger who's on the way. Or maybe you get assigned the passenger as they reach, maybe, let's say, a Wi-Fi signal right on the shuttle lot, where it then, at that point, when the shuttle drops you off at the lot, you then get matched to a driver and you immediately go over and get out. I think that would be a faster way of getting the cars out, right, versus clogging up the system with drivers waiting. My guess, and we're all going to find out on October 29th, the way I would design it, I've already made specific suggestions on the parking lot, which I think is going to be a nightmare the way they set it up. But if you're shuttling someone from Terminal 3 or Tom Bradley or Terminal 4 or Terminal 5 over to the new lot, right, it would make sense that as you arrive, it matches you with a car that's in that bay right away, ready to go, versus clogging up all the bays with cars that are waiting for a guy to come. Maybe the guy's running late. Maybe he didn't get that shuttle. Now I'm clogging up that bay, clogging up the parking lot. So it will be interesting to see how they logistically move the cars in and out as fast as possible, right? So this bus may take some time. Today, a shuttle ride from the airport's international terminal, that is, to the new rideshare and taxi lot could take 15 minutes or more, though that may decrease with fewer Lyft and Uber cars on the road. And by the way, my friends, if you haven't subscribed at this point, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, much appreciated, so we can push this video up, right? If you need any help, my links are all down below. Still, Curtis Blessing, a spokesman for American Airlines, said he expected the new policy will be positive for Americans' customers, even though the airline's Terminal 4 and 5 complex is among the farthest from the new central pickup location. American Airlines welcomes improvements to the overall customer experience at LAX, and we believe the new rideshare taxi pickup program will do just that by reducing roadway congestion and providing a more proficient process for customers leaving the airport, he said. Thank you, American Airlines, for that insane input. Short-term fix. What is the short-term fix? The shuttle buses likely will only be a short-term solution. I agree with that. Here comes the bigger plan, and it looks way more exciting. Way more exciting. By 2023, Los Angeles expects to complete, thank God, an automated people mover or driverless train to shuttle passengers among terminals and to ground transportation. The airport estimates about 30 million travelers will use the people mover each year. So there's this people mover, this shuttle, no train driver, no nothing. It's all automated. Going to run through these terminals. Let me show you the picture again so that you see it. This is the proposed plan there. There she is, the little blue one. Whoop, 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 whoop. Horseshoe, pick up. Whoop. 30 million people. That's what they think, right? So Los Angeles is betting the new system will change how people access its terminals. Now most travelers reach the airport by car. The nearest train station is almost 3 miles away, making it inconvenient for most travelers. And while the airport operates buses to popular destinations, including Hollywood and downtown, they are not popular among locals, right? So It's more out-of-towners that use these shuttles that go to Santa Barbara, downtown, Hollywood, etc. Local guys, really stay away from them, right? The new automated people mover finally will provide passengers with an easy connection to the region's light rail system. It's a good thing. It'll also shuttle passengers to a new consolidated rental car facility and other transportation options. So they are going to consolidate all those rental companies, and then the shuttle is going to make a stop there. So it's easy to go to Avis, Enterprise. It's all happening. I'm trying to get my hands on those plans through a client that I know who has people high up in the transportation system in LA. Once I have that, I will try and break the news before these people that are hiding the news, right? We've got to put this information out there so we know what's coming our way and we can prepare by 2023. Here's some information the airport has been sharing about the new program. Flipped curb operations begin at 3 a.m. Tuesday, October 2019. Several ground transportation drop-off pickups locations are moving. Hotel, private parking, and dual-use shuttles. Passenger drop-off and pickup on the upper departures level only. Hotel, private parking, and dual-use shuttles. Passenger drop-off and pickup on the upper departures levels only. Zones will be identified by curbside pylons, new curbside pylons. Woo! It's going to be a shit show, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Airline connector, economy lot E, green line, and employee shuttles, lower arrivals, level passenger drop-off pickup will relocate to the inner curb. Zones will be identified by column wraps. Woo! Gonna get nasty, my friends. That's it. That's it, my friends. That's what she wrote. There it is. And that's the new shuttle system by 2023. Now, let's quickly, for those who are coming in, jump in here one more time. Yeah, I've got a picture of the lot, broke it down a little bit for you. Zones 1 and 2 here, right? Now, this is considered zones 2 and 3. Why? Because it's attached to this. So you've got zones 1 and 2 here. And then here you got zones 2 and 3, right? 2 still being part of that, 3 being over here. Then you've got 3 and 4 on this side, 3 being over here, 4 on this side. Listen, when you have the number 2 appear twice, when you have the number zone 3 appear twice, confusion, right? Hey, I'm in zone 3. Where is it? Running up and down, you're running up and down. Meanwhile, hey, guess what? There's another zone 3 here, right? I'm over here in zone 2, running up and down, running up and down. Where is it? Where is it? Where's my car? Not knowing there is another zone 2 over here. Oh, does it mean people are going to run between the cars? Or are they just going to use these one or two little pedestrian crossings there? I'm telling you, some sucker in the middle is going to just run straight through. Watch the crap. Watch these scenarios play out. There's going to be chaos here, right? So I marcated this yellow. These are the parking bays. Shows you the car's going to go in this. It means the car's driving that way, driving and parking there. This guy wants to get out. Guess what? He only has one lane to reverse back out into. Same problem we see at events, congestion, right? You're trying to get out, you can't because there's a car behind you. You're getting frustrated. You want to get out. Nothing's moving here. This guy's stopping because he's letting him out. This guy can't pull out because that car is too far forward. Mark my words. I do not understand why they had one single lane coming through here. Mark my words. Chaos. Anybody to report chaos in here? Share your news. It's coming up. Where do the shuttles drop off? Well, apparently here on the outside, you can see some test shuttles going on here. So maybe they drop off on the outer perimeter, circle all the way around, get back into the airport. That whole loop from Terminal Bradley, TB Tom Bradley, to this outer area is supposed to take 15 minutes. That's a long waiting time. Where does the passenger request his or her lot? And it matches you with a car at the bay so you can leave. Okay, am I live or did I lose the signal? You're live. Good. Ireland, you played great. You played great. You played good rugby. I got to bring my Irish friends the rugby results here quickly. Let's go through the rugby results quickly, my friends. For Ireland, we have an Irish guy in the house, and he'll be very happy with the latest. So in Pool A, we have Ireland on the top. They've played 3 games. They've still got to play another game, right? They're leading the pack there with 11 points. Japan, second place, then Scotland, then Samoa, then Russia. That's Pool A. Pool B, we have, that's changed. That's changed. Let me just refresh because I know South Africa is leading that. Let's see, standings, baby. There we go. Pool B, South Africa on the top. The one that I'm supporting, there it is. Whoop, whoop, whoop. In Japan, whoop, whoop, whoop. They've played 3 games. Italy second. Italy still has to play New Zealand. They're going to lose against New Zealand. So my guess is South Africa, New Zealand go through. My guess is that Japan and Ireland go through in Pool 1. In Pool B, you have South Africa on top, Italy, New Zealand, Namibia, Canada. In Pool C, you have England, France, Argentina, Tonga, United States on the bottom. United States being a football country, not a rugby country. England is going to hands down win that pool. In Pool D, powerful pack. Wales, second Fiji, third Australia. I can still see Australia ending up second in that pool. My guess is Wales and Australia will go through there. England and France will go through. South Africa, New Zealand will go through. Ireland and Japan. Who do I think are going to make it through right at the end? I'm going to say England, Wales, hopefully South Africa, hopefully Ireland, the last 4. We shall see. Don't want to spend too much time. Back to LAX. Any other questions? What I would like is if anybody has input from other airport changes. There were radical changes in Boston. There were radical changes in San Francisco. There were radical changes in the Vegas airport. We are about to have radical changes in on October the 29th at 3 a.m. How will this all go down? Can we get some tips from people that it went positively or it's still chaotic? I mean, your feedback from those other airports will help us tremendously, right? Tony Slaughter says construction in DCA. Kyle Smelt says, Professor, I noticed that Lyft just stopped showing what the passenger is paying in my earnings history. The change just started this Monday. They don't want us to see. Yep, there we go. They don't want the passenger to see how much you are getting. It's embarrassing to them, right? So yeah, well caught. Bo Jackson in the house, Juan Garcia, John O'Neill, yep, John G. Okay, guys, this really is for the LA crowd, for the LA drivers. Hopefully this helped a lot. I showed you what the parking lot looks like. I gave you some of my input, and then I read to you exactly how this thing is going down short term, and then how this whole thing's going down long term up to 2023 with this driverless shuttle train going around, right? So the big picture looks promising. If we can just bridge the next 3 years and go through this chaos, I think things will go better. You're welcome, Enrique. Okay, so wish you a great day. Can I get a couple of thumbs up for the weekend here? Mark, the changes in Vegas are not a good thing because, okay. Rideshare Confessions new rewards program coming to Lyft, beta testing it now. Yeah, in 11 cities. I already made 2 videos about that. Showed you exactly how you get to redeem your 500 points. If you, I think the categories are silver, gold, and platinum. Most of the rewards really only play out in gold and platinum. Most of the rewards, obviously, they want you to stay in there, will be in platinum. But you can cash in on 500 points. You can cash in either $6 on ride credits or $5 cash back in gold and platinum. So we'll see how that plays out, right? But the main thing is that if you are prepared to put in more hours, you hopefully accumulate points and get cash. I don't see a 4.9 rating. So how will Uber Black and SUVs still be able to do pickups? I believe so. It's going to be hard for them to distinguish between in black, right? I think it's going to be hard to distinguish between what is an Uber Black car and what is a TCP car. I mean, it could be the same vehicle, right? The one has a TCP, the other one doesn't. My guess is, and that's one of the questions I still need to answer. I'm looking for the answers to that specific one. My guess is that they will be allowed to pick up at the bottom, right? Japan, how are you? Thank you for hosting the Rugby World Cup. We have a love rugby since a little kid, played since a little kid, and Japan is doing fantastic. You guys are rocking. You beat the Russians, you beat Ireland, you're doing amazing there. Japan's on fire, on fuego. And to the Japanese, thank you for hosting such a wonderful World Cup. We appreciate you. We love you. My love to Tokyo, Kobe, Okinawa, all of those beautiful cities. You're doing a remarkable job. We appreciate you. Robin Renoth. Robin, you're a little bit in my shit books at the moment. You know, your messages that you're putting in my streams are very mixed. On the one time, you'll do a lot of sugarcoating, and the other time you will do a little bit of rideshare professor trashing. All I ask you, Robin, check your facts before you make any statements in my feeds, right? Especially when it comes to my name. I am very, very quickly to deactivate people if they assume things, right? And you know exactly what I'm talking about. So my little warning over there, you're still in. I still have you in my channel, but you're skating on thin ice with me at the moment. I'm going to be very upfront with you because I'm a guy. It's black or white. There's no gray zone. So keep it coming, but don't make comments where you're assuming things, right? You wrote something about ratings and a lot of assumptions, putting words in my mouth. You don't know how I stand on Uber and Lyft ratings. So don't connect with other users and say, this is what the rideshare professor thinks, because you can't see inside my effing brain, Robin. So just cautious there. Be careful. You're still in, but you could be out like that, right? I'm very quick with the flusher. Okay. Not sure what you mean. I would just go refer you back to some of the comments that you wrote. Just go and read them and refresh in your own memory. Right, it's there, black and white. Anyway, guys, Salah El Beraway, flat surge is good, by the way. When you say that, which market are you referring to, Salah? Flat surge is good, by the way, in this and this city. Okay, thank you, Robin. I want you here. I like your messages, but sometimes I feel like you're talking for me and you can't see inside my brain. You can't see my thought process, right? But I want you here. I appreciate you. You write good stuff. You really do, right? But be careful when you bring the RP in, right? When you say RP, this, and this. That's all I ask you. Speak your own truths. Speak your own opinions. But don't speak for me. This is how Rideshare Professor does it, right? Anyway, Salah is in Westchester, New York. Well, I hope, hey, if the flat surges are working for you, that's great. North of New York City. Thank you for sharing, right? Who else is in the house? Sandy Man, welcome. I hope all of you guys, Kyle, Mark, Sandy Man, John, my friend from Japan, Robin, Salah, all of you have an amazing, amazing weekend. Go out, make money. Juan, what do you think about a 2015 Acura, good car to Uber in? All depends what price you get it at, Juan, right? What is the sticker price? I can tell you it's a good car, but it may not be a good car if you're overpaying for it, right? Because at that point, if you're overpaying for it, I could show you 2 or 3 alternative cars for the same price that might be better. So with cars, you really, when you're looking to purchase a car, I would not go out and buy a brand new car for UberX or Lyft. I just wouldn't do that. I'd buy a used car. And if you're going up into the higher categories, there's a lot to choose from, especially in the 7-seater range. Look at reliability. Look at fuel consumption is a big one. With these super high gas prices, we're on $4.20 right now per gallon in LA. So you gotta look at fuel consumption, right? That's why these hybrids are hot. Hottest thing at the moment would be a used Prius, 70, 80,000 miles on the clock that you can pick up for low dollars, and you're getting max 45 to 50 mpg, right? Then you are seeing better margins, right? So that's just my input on that. I got my MDX for $15,000, 60,000 miles. It's a good price. It's a real good price. Cool. Good. Okay, so what mileage is it, Juan? Yeah, Kyle, it's insane. We have prices right now that are ranging from $4.05 to $4.30, $4.40 for the, with my car, I got to fill up 91. For my older cars and that, I fill up 87. So, there's a 20-cent margin there that I'm winning, but I'm not going to jeopardize a motor of a 6.2 liter Cadillac Escalade Platinum. So I'm putting in 91, and guess what I'm paying? $4.20, $4.30. Tony Slaughter, Prius is great, but horrible. People just can't get the grips on the design. I think people think the design is horrible, but the car itself is pretty insane. It's good. Oh, $2.30, Florida, send me those rates, man. Kyle, send me those rates. I'll fill up there all day long. Oh, you're hurting me. $2.13 in Bowie. Oh, pain. It's a $2 difference. Ouch, ouch, ouch. You are killing me, Larry. You are killing me. Victor Braverman in the house. Love the channel. Love having you here, Victor. I hope you and your family and your friends, Victor, have an awesome weekend. Hug your loved ones. Give them a kiss. Quality time with your family, quality time with your children, quality time with your friends is very important as we go through the rideshare business. This is not about, hey, I got to get in the car and drive around the clock. Don't burn yourself out, folks. Get out the car, stretch, take a walk, have a healthy meal. Try and avoid those fast food outlets. Yes, it's very easy to get into a drive-through, get a quick Taco Bell, get a quick cheeseburger. Try to avoid that, right? Drink a lot of water. Even if you're driving, just keep the water going. Keep it going, right? I'll drink 8 to 10 bottles of water a day, right? Just keep it flowing. Keep yourself healthy. Costco, love Costco. Yes. If I can get to a Costco and it's close to me and I'm refilling, yes, I go. And often have to sit in a long line, right? I also look at the waiting time. If I can see there's a long line at Costco, I'm losing money. I might get temporary savings on the gas, but if I'm losing 15, 20 minutes there, I could be losing one trip, right? So I hear you. Tony Slaughter, Bowie, like David Bowie. Daniel Villanova, SUP professor, never got back to me on the SUV because we're full, buddy. That's why, right? And there's a long queue for the SUVs. But if you want Priuses, got a lot of Priuses coming in. So, I can't get back to. I get back to everyone, but if I'm not calling you each week, we're busy. We got them leased out. A lot of my drivers that drive the SUVs have been with us for 3 or 4 years. They're not going to change. They're getting a lot of private clients and they're operating on Uber and Lyft. So, I am not going to feel guilty about that one, Daniel. Got to hustle. You got to go out there, compare. Go check price of apples, price of oranges, price of pineapples. You got to go shopping around. You can't rely on one person. Jose Almeida, I noticed that the Prius comes in different sizes. I remember seeing a Prius V that looked bigger. Yeah. It is quite a bit bigger and quite a bit stronger horsepower-wise. No, I stay away from Toyota Highlander. Parts are too expensive. Gas is too expensive. It's a good car. Make no mistake. It's a great, great car. But the upkeep of a Toyota Highlander, and especially the gas consumption, not happy about it. Tony Slaughter says, where can I get a good truck? What do you consider a good truck? This is true. To Sue Gonzalez, this will probably bring more business to drivers that have TCP and LAX permit. You got it. I'm loving the changes. I'm loving the changes, especially because I do 80% private clients. F-150 dealership auctions all day long, Tony. Find out, check on Craigslist if anybody buys at dealership auctions. F-150s fly off the shelf, very inexpensive. Good truck, there's so many of them. Okay, I just got a message from a private client that's probably going to put me in a big, big bind time-wise, so I've got to get back to the lady. Patrick Malone, thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. Very, very cool. Listen, we got to, hopefully people showed up in San Francisco and disrupted the tech meeting that they had there with Uber at 7:30 a.m. this morning. I made a video just before midnight, where to be. It took place between 7:30 a.m. and 9 a.m. I appreciate everyone that showed up and stood up for the drivers in San Francisco this morning. I know that several people went because they texted me. Good for you. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you for showing up and supporting the drivers. Mohammed Khalil, greetings. Professor, please emphasize to drivers at airports to park right. Exactly. So, good point. Very, very good point he brought up here. You see these parking bays? You get some people that feel entitled, right? And they'll double park on a line. That just messes up everything. So if he double parks and this next driver is supposed to get in there because that's where he's supposed to or she's supposed to pick up, and he or she can't get in there because you have someone who feels more entitled, who feels like, oh, you know what, I'm not going to have my car straight. I'm going to take up 2 bays. We know those type of people. So this only works, this system, if everyone toes the line, if everyone works in synchronicity. There's your bay, make sure you park tight in that bay. The moment you overlap, you're going to cause chaos, especially with these narrow lanes, especially with it stacked like this. Mark my words, people will be reporting on so much frustration in these aisles. And what's not smart, I think, is that they call this zone 1 and 2. They call this zone 2 and 3, and there's a call this zone 3 and 4. There's an overlap of zone 2 and 3 here. So there's one zone 2 here, one zone 2 there. There's one zone 3 here, there's one zone 3. You're going to have people running up and down the aisle thinking they're in 2 here where they were supposed to be in 2 here, or 3 here and they're supposed to be in 3 here. Mark my words, chaos is coming. It's not very smartly designed. When I look at the signs, look at the photographs right there, taking the pictures, looking at the layout, right? You're going to have chaos. You're going to have cars coming down this line, and you're going to have people double parking, people trying to reverse out. It's going to be a shit show. Rideshare confessions. Stop by the MACD at 13th in New York and look for a black Suburban with disco lights in it. That'll be me. I'm there off and on all night. Cool. Ultra testosterone in the house. Yeah, Darren needs to go. Darren is not doing this company very, very well. All right, my friends, I got to take care of a lot of business today. I have a very, very busy day that's going to end up at about 2 o'clock in the morning. Very, very busy evening driving wise, pretty much 5 o'clock to 2 a.m. 7-9 hours, very busy hours. It's going to be a good money day. And a couple of meetings this morning, including, because if you're a private driver, once in a while you get called for a random drug test. which is no problem. I don't drink, I don't do drugs. So I go show up, get my drug test out of the way. That's one of the things you have to sometimes put up with each year, is that the drug testers for that limo license will call you in randomly. So I got to go show up this morning, take a piss in a little flask. You're fine, you're good to go. See you next year. Peace out, my friends. Hope everything is great. What's the approximate cost for a TCP permit and TCP insurance in LA? TCP insurance will range, right? You got to shop around. But here is the best guy for any type of limo license, permit, and you talk to Alex. And you tell him, sorry, Alex, A-L-E-X, and you tell him that Torsten Rideshare Professor sent you. He'll take good care of you. The CEO of the rideshare companies need to do an undercover boss. Okay. John Asher in the house. Thank you, my friend. You as well. Alrighty, I'm out of here. Gave you a lot of good information on LAX. Exciting thing here is that 2023 will actually have a shuttle. This is gonna be big time. Gone are those driving shuttles. Is gonna just be a elevated shuttle flowing around the terminals, picking people up. This is gonna be magic, but it's not yet. We're 2019. This is 2023. In the meantime, we'll probably have to put up with the shit show on this parking lot. Azur, have a great day. Mark Roughton, you have an awesome day. Appreciate you all. Excellent. Rideshare Confessions has got your LLC license, your LLC papers, your company formation, your limited liability corporation. That's one step closer to your limo company. You obviously have to get your commercial license. You have to get your vehicle weighed. You have to pay the applicable fees at the DMV. Make sure it's registered as a commercial vehicle. So once you go through those 2 to 3 months of hoops, you'll be smiling. Gary Cobetta in the house. Much love, my friend. And are you guys gearing up for Halloween? Who's doing what on Halloween? Da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na. It's my dance partner. Da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na. Woo, 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 woo. Da-na-na-na. Let's rock and roll. What are you guys doing for Halloween, baby? Guys, I hope you have an amazing, there we have a last, let's put this little General Lee Slapovich as he comes into the room. Let's dunk him in the toilet bowl once. We have a racist here in the house. Announce yourself. A major racist with his flag. Hey, your flag, you can fly it where you are. But General Lee, you could never fuck me, my friend. You'll never, ever be able to. I'll fucking knock you out within a millisecond. Within a millisecond. You will be bitch slapped so hard. 1 slap, 2 slap, 3 slap, 4 slap. Knocked out cold. We have a racist hater in the house. Shame him. Everyone shame him. Shame him. Shit on his head and piss on him. Fuck you for being a racist and saying things like that. I have no time when you come in here with your KKK, make America white. Go fuck yourself and the horse you rode in on. Bye-bye. There we go. Knocked him out cold. Lucky you're not on the rugby field. Sorry. We had to knock that little bitch out. Let's all sing together. Fuck General Lee. Fuck General Lee. I just flushed him down the toilet. I have no time for KKK haters who say, keep America white, and then attack my brothers and sisters who are of different color and different race in my room. A big fuck you. Never enter my room with those statements. I will slap you down so fast, South Africa style. There we go. You guys know where I stand on that, right? Boom. Shame on you for coming into the room and spreading hatred like that. Shame on you. I have knocked out multiple people in Vegas, right? I saw a guy who was on coke and who hit a girl, who kicked a girl in the ribs, right? Myself and 2 South African guys took on a whole bunch of guys from New York. I think there are 11 or 12 of them. Knocked them out silly, right? Even at the end, I took a bar stool, one of those heavy bar stools that are in front of those machines, those slot machines. They're so heavy. And I knocked the biggest guy out cold, flat onto the ground. The bouncers wouldn't even come for us, right? So good luck to General Lee plus his little army. You are not going to inflict any hatred in this channel, nor in the United States of America, right? This is a peace-loving country, and we have no time for dickheads who start spewing their KKK bullshit here. Let me make it very crystal clear to those people who try to come into the room and try and antagonize good people. No space for you. We flush you down the shitter. No racism ever, right? And you're welcome. There's a great boxing gym in Santa Monica called the Wild Card on Olympic. Schedule a time with me there, General Lee. I'll show up. Can't guarantee that it'll be 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, but it's going to be short and sweet. I can tell you that. So let's, based on that, sorry, I had to vent because I have no time for these type of trolls, General Lee trolls, right? And I shut them down. You know how I feel about them, right? So, yeah, no one should ever hit a girl. No one, right? I'm sorry. That just like crosses the line. You know that the person does not have the same power. You have no right with your big boots to kick a girl in the ribs as she's down because you have some mental problem or you have some anger issues. No time for that. Then it's time. Then the show's on. Then we get ready to rumble. So sorry about that, folks, but had to be done. Had to be done. General Lee will not succeed anywhere in life. I can guarantee you that. And he can bring his little army in here. We'll shut them down. He can bring his army down to Santa Monica. Down there. We'll gladly meet at the Wild Card. You can bring your boys down there and we will definitely have a lot of fun. Compton in the house. Elias, how are you, my friend? And Smooth Uberator. Now that is a good name. Smooth Operator by Sade. Smooth Uberator. Hey, Professor. Show us your pay statement for the Uber rides you gave over the past 2 weeks. I owe you nothing, Smooth Uberator, right? And unfortunately, I'm the boss of the show here. So my earnings, I share them from time to time. Go back, look at my videos. They're there, but I don't answer you at all. It's just the way it works. There we go. Let's see, what else? And by the way, I can show you a lot of private trips as well, right? Because I only do 20% Uber and Lyft trips. So my private trips, you would dream all day long having those earnings. $200, $200, $200, $150, $150, $100, $90, $100, $200. $400, $150, $320 all day long, my friend. Venmo. Glad we got rid of General Lee there. Hey, everyone, have a great day. Have a fantastic weekend. Yes, Victor, I agree with you. We have no time for racists and haters like that. We slap them down. I think he got a good spanking there early on. Or maybe he was publicly humiliated, hopefully, right? But we have no time for the KKK club in this here. Glad he came in, so he got a good slap down. Have a great day, my friends. Got to have some fun. You got to have some stuff. Oh, I will stay chill. I had to vent that because I'm sorry, but I have no time for these type of people, right? They come in here, venom, toxic, venom, trolling, shut them down. Have a great day, guys. We'll catch you at the next live stream.